You are listening to Bedtime Dreamy Tales. Please make sure you have smashed that like button and subscribe to our channel for new story. Story title, Strong Hans. In a secluded valley, far removed from the bustling towns and winding roads of the kingdom, there lived a humble woodcutter, his wife, and their only son, Hans. This small, tight-knit family found solace and simplicity in their isolated existence, surrounded by the thick embrace of ancient woods. One spring day, as flowers bloomed and the forest awoke, Hans' mother took him, then a mere toddler of 2 years, into the forest to gather fir branches. Their task was simple and joyful, distracted by the colorful tapestry of nature. However, their peace was shattered when 2 bandits leaped from the underbrush. With neither warning nor mercy, the brigands kidnapped Hans and his mother, dragging them deep into the uncharted dark heart of the forest, a place rumored to be cursed and forsaken by time. Hours into their forced march, the bandits reached a rock face with the door hewn into its surface. Knocking thrice in a mysterious rhythm, the door swung open, revealing a long, dark tunnel that led to a cavernous hideout. This den was lit by fires that cast shadows large and ominous, with walls adorned with weapons that gleamed ominously in the flickering light. At a large, black table sat 4 more bandits, deep in the throes of gambling, presided over by a fearsome leader. The leader approached Hans' mother, his voice a mix of honey and ice, promising safety in exchange for servitude. Resigned to her fate, she agreed, hoping to spare her son from a harsher life. Thus began their years of captivity, where Hans grew from a boy to a strapping youth under the dark canopy of his prison home. His mother, to keep the flames of hope alive, told him tales of valor and taught him to read from a tattered knight's tome found in the cave. On his 9th birthday, Hans fashioned a sturdy club from a pine branch, a symbol of his growing desire for freedom. He hid it beneath his bed, waiting for the right moment to confront his captors. That night, upon the bandits' return, he demanded to know of his father. The leader, amused and cruel, struck him down with a slap that sent Hans reeling under the table. But Hans, undeterred, vowed to try again. A year later, with the bandits drunk and disoriented, Hans seized his moment. His club, now dusted off and heavier, felt right in his hands. This time, he didn't ask, he demanded. When the leader struck him again, Hans retaliated with the ferocity born of years of pent-up rage. He incapacitated the bandits, leaving them groaning in their defeat. His mother, witnessing her son's strength, finally revealed the truth about his father. Together, they seized the leader's keys, filled a sack with gold and silver, and fled the cavern, emerging into the sunlight of the outside world. Hans was awestruck by the beauty of the forest, the chirping of birds, and the warmth of the sun, a stark contrast to the dark life he had known. Upon their return to the desolate valley, Hans' father, who had believed his family dead, wept tears of joy. Despite being only 12, Hans was now a head taller than his father. They rebuilt their home and farm with the riches they had brought, Hans plowing the fields with such strength that the oxen barely needed to strain. In the following spring, Hans, now yearning for adventure, asked his father to craft him a 100-pound travel staff. With the staff in hand, he ventured into the deep, dark woods where he encountered beings of immense strength, like himself, a man twisting a massive pine as though it were a mere willow wand, whom Hans named Twister, and a giant breaking rocks with his bare fists, dubbed Stone Breaker. Together, they ventured further, their path clear of wild beasts terrified by their might. One night, at an ancient, deserted palace, they faced a mysterious and formidable little old man who challenged each of them over the following days, testing their generosity and courage. On his turn to cook, Hans showed kindness to the old man, sharing his food without hesitation, which earned him the old man's respect, but not before a feisty confrontation. Later, following the old man into a hidden cave, Hans discovered a beautiful, chained princess guarded by the sinister dwarf who had tormented her. With a swift blow of his staff, Hans defeated the dwarf, freeing the princess, who revealed she was the daughter of a distant king. After a series of betrayals and challenges, including a perilous dip in the sea due to his heavy staff, Hans used a magical ring from the dwarf to summon divine beings who helped him save the princess from his treacherous companions. Ultimately, Hans married the princess and returned to her kingdom, where they were greeted with great celebration and joy. Hans finally at peace with the family and kingdom of his own. Thus concludes the saga of Strong Hans, whose heart and strength were as vast as the forests he once roamed. If you like this story, please give this video a like and comment below with your thoughts. See you in the next story.